Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on rude customers. I feel like I've talked on rude customers before, and I've been on the receiving end dealing with rude customers, but that's one thing I can say is that I've never been a rude customer. But no, I think that's what the title of this episode is going to be, is that we need to leave rude customer service in 2023. Like 2024, if you go out somewhere and you got an attitude, fam, you need to turn back around, go back in your house until you feel better, and then deal with the general public. But it confuses me on when people, when they go outside and they go to some business, they don't know how that person's day is going. They don't know what that person is going through. Let's say it's a situation where they shortchange them, right? So yeah, let's say for an example, you go out somewhere and you buy some food. You buy some food. Food costs let's say $15. So they you give them a 20, they don't give you a 5 back. That's not a justifiable reason to act like, rude to them and stuff. That confuses me, because I'm like, my thing is this: as far as it'll go with me, I know people will ask, how do you handle a situation like that? You just let them know, oh, I gave you a 20, like, the total was 15, I gave you a 20, and so can I get my change back and stuff. That's it. That's all you gotta say. But it shouldn't be no rude stuff. Like, I remember the one time at my old job when the guy, I shortchanged them. It wasn't by like no $5. It was, I think, like maybe 2-3 pennies or something like that. I can't remember the exact. I think it was 2 pennies, because I think I remember saying something afterwards like I should just shortchange that man 2 pennies every time he comes in here. But so anyways, and this guy, I'm telling you, he was one of those people where he thought he was a hot shot, and it's like, fam, you don't have like the best paying job in Seattle, okay? It's not like you're the governor or the president or something. You're literally a normal worker just like the rest of us. Go somewhere and sit down, all right? Like, I'm telling you, sometimes I be wanting to say things that's on my mind, but I'm like, it's going to probably put my job in jeopardy, so I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to leave it as it is, all right? But so anyways, yeah, I think I hit shortchanged this man like by 2 cents, and so I think I didn't do the math right in my head. Instead of just looking at the how the change thing was set up, it was like, so you know how like there'd be like that small little screen and they'll say like change 1524 or something like that. So that screen will always face away from me, so I couldn't really see the change. If I saw that screen, then I'm like, oh well, then yeah, here's your 2 pennies and stuff, going about your business. All right, so I think I gave him a penny. And then he was all like, you're short a penny. I'm like, oh, man, my fault. I ain't say nothing wrong to him. I ain't do anything wrong to him. I wasn't having no attitude towards him. On my end, I was doing perfectly fine. Out of nowhere, he decides to make a comment talking about, you should have paid for college. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, what does my college education have to do with the interaction that we're having right now? Obviously, I'm not in. I'm not gonna say that college workers don't be. But I feel like not workers, but college students. Do college students be having full-time jobs? Because it's like, dang, bro, it's like, how do you go to school and then you have to have a full-time job like during the day or afterwards? I'm like, bro, that's too much on a person's mental. I'm like, that's way too much. Shout out to some college kids. If there is any college kids out there with a full-time job, shout out to yourself, because I'm like, dang, bro, that's a lot. Having that job was a lot at times, and then having to come home, be a content creator. Yeah, man, that was a lot. But back to that customer, though, I'm thinking to myself, fam, what does my college education have to do with the interaction that we're having? Like, if I was allowed to say what I really wanted to say, I definitely would have checked them on that and been like, what does my college education have to do with what's going on between us? Because now what's going to go on between us is that I'm always going to have an attitude towards you now, because you want to have an attitude towards me, and it's like, fam, I ain't did or said nothing to you. Okay, so what? I shortchanged you 2 cents. You really think you're gonna be struggling? And I'm not trying to say like, I'm keeping this man's 2 cents or whatever, but it's like, do you really think you're gonna struggle? You done made it this far in life, and you think you're gonna struggle the next time whenever you going through some stuff? Oh, I'm gonna need 2 cents. Fam, like, nah, what you really need is an attitude adjustment in your life. Cause I'm like, nah, bro, not like no wrestling stuff, not like a serious like attitude. Cause I'm like, fam, that doesn't even make any sense. But no, this guy, he was very, very entitled. Like, this guy, I remember there was a time where he came into the cafe and he's just talking all loud and obnoxious on his phone, thinking everybody cares about his phone conversation. It's like, bro, we don't care. we do not care at all. I'm like, what was that one meme that was of that guy trending? He was all like, we do not care. Like, that's how I felt at that time and place. So no, I was like, oh, he want to be loud and obnoxious, I'm gonna be loud and obnoxious too. So he walks up, he's talking all on the phone. He's like, oh yeah, business and all this other stuff in my proper voice, and that's like how I like to talk. And I'm like, all right, so what you having? I don't care about none of that. What you having? All right, total be such and such. Cool. All right, go on. No, have a nice day. None of that. Just continue walking. You go outside. Use your proper voice outside. I'm not trying to hear that, bruh. So, but yeah, I was like, that guy, man. But it just tripped me out though. Like, he wasn't the only customer that was carry on like that. Like, there were so many different times when rude customers would come through that place, and it's like, fam, I ain't did nothing to you. So that's why I'm like, I think a lot of people need to understand is that you don't know what a person is going through. So like carrying on and acting rude to them, it's like, how does that help in any situation? How does it help? Because even like the me being the customer, now talking on myself and my interactions with cashiers and other workers and all that stuff. But anyways, no, so I had just not too long ago, right before Christmas. So I go into Champs and Foot Locker trying to get these sneakers. And so I could have been that rude customer blaming the store, but I'm like, fam, I don't know what's going on. So that's why I'm like, and that's even more so because I think before I like start acting out and going crazy on stuff, I think before I act out and go crazy on stuff. So anyways, I have this gift card. I talked on this not too long ago, that Vanilla gift card company, they out there selling fake cards and stuff. So anyways, I go up there, I try to buy me a pair of shoes. The card didn't work. And that's what it was, is that I had asked them, can you guys like scan the card and see if it works like that? Because I've seen times before where cards get scanned and then they could just do it that way rather than like swiping the card and stuff. And so they were saying like, nah, we can't do that. And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, bruh, like we in 2023. I'm saying, how did you guys not have that technology yet? I'm like, I know for a fact I've seen that in stores before. If not, me thinking about it, I'm like, bruh, I definitely would try to introduce some technology like that into my store. But I cannot blame that worker. That's not that worker's fault. All they have done at that place is fill out an application, show up at 9, leave at 5. That's it. That's all that they do. They have no type of business with me. The only business that they share is, them being a cashier at a point in time when I show up at that place. But other than that, I don't know them. Even if I did know them personally, I'll probably be in there cracking jokes and, trying to mess with them and stuff while they working. But if not that, and I don't know that person, bruh, I'm not gonna, even if I did, I'm like, fam, regardless of whatever the situation is, like, even if it's a situation, because, and that's another thing, was like, they wasn't even being rude with me. Like, it was the cashier, it was the manager, then the manager sent me to Foot Locker, and then they were helping me out over there, and that card was not working. So I can't blame Foot Locker and Champs, although I was thinking in my head, like, bruh, that's weird. But then it was afterwards when I tried to transfer the money off of the card on the PayPal, then I realized, oh, it wasn't them. So I could have been that customer and acted out in that store and been like, oh no, y'all trying to do this to me, y'all trying to do that, y'all trying to do. The thing is this, even if that was the case, the money is still on my card. It's not like they just took the money and I don't even get my shoes and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, there's no reason for me to be carrying on like that. And it was funny because I remember even prior before that. So I'm pretty sure you guys remember when I was talking about how my Samsung phone had broke. I had the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the middle part of the screen just randomly cracked. I don't know why, but yeah, Samsung, they just designed the phones that way, which is weird. Makes no sense to me. But so anyways, I go in there and I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, in a situation like that, of course I'm gonna be mad. Of course I'm gonna be upset. My phone just broke. I didn't pay all this money because the phones ain't cheap either. But still, I did not go into that place carrying on having an attitude over some dumb stuff because they didn't make the phone. Yeah, they sold me the phone, but how are they supposed to know that the phone's going to break after a year? They don't know that. And only Samsung knows that. And so if there's any place I should be mad at, it should be Samsung. But even then, the funny thing is that I can go all the way up to the Samsung, like let's say if Samsung had a store or if they had like a headquarters for me to go to and stuff, even then, I still can't go in there and be carrying on, acting mad and rude to people that I don't even know. Because again, what is going on in their personal life? I do not know of that information. So this person can be going through the worst possible stage of their life. Do you really think it's going to help that I go in there and start yelling at them about a phone that they ain't had no like process of making? They ain't had no, they had nothing to do with that phone. And I'm going in there giving them an attitude, giving them a piece of my mind for what? So I'm saying, but no, I go into the store. I'm exchanging out my phone. And at first they was like, they didn't really know how that stuff would like, that workaround and things. So I was like, you know what? I'll just come back in here another day because I'm a little frustrated. I'm like, I'm here with this broken phone. I don't know what to do. So yeah, it was just a lot. A lot was going through my mind and stuff. And no, it was just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I can't go in there and be carrying on acting rude to them and stuff because I'm like I said, they ain't have no business. It was funny though because when I did go into T-Mobile to get my phone replaced, I did make a friend out of that whole situation. So I was like, that's a plus, I guess, So yeah, it's like when a person, and no, so actually it was funny because it was after that, after making the friend, I go back in there another day. And just to overall see like if I can like give because they did give me like a replacement of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, and I was like, I don't want the replacement. I'm like, can y'all just like take it and put it to my bill or something? I don't know how that would work, but I'm like, I ain't got no use for it. I'm like, I got me an iPhone. That's the phone that I want. I'm like, I don't want this phone, but no, they couldn't even do that. But it was funny because it was like, I remember it was like mad busy in there one day. So there was like 2 days when I had went in there, and so the first day it was like, yeah, it was mad busy, like customers was going in left and right, and I can't remember if it was that day or the second day, but regardless, I remember I went in there and they thanked me for my patience and stuff because I was like, no, it's funny because I know a lot of people, they probably would see like when I'm playing video games and then they see like how I get mad at a loading screen because it's taking too long. And I'm like, yeah, the thing is this though. The difference between that, like if I'm playing a video game and then there's a long loading screen versus having a long line at a store. So a long line at a store, I understand that the cash registers is going to be slow after a while because I worked in customer service before. I worked at a cashier, I had a cashier based job and stuff. So I get it. Like, I remember the days where it would be like just mad busy at them stores or at the cafe that I worked at. And yeah, the cash register, it got to the point where I would have to run the reports off of the cash register just so I can like get it faster and things. But other than that, bro, I am telling you, them cash registers would get mad slow. And then on top of that, it might be a situation where you up there by yourself and you the only one that can like really man the registers and things, or whoa man the registers regardless of whoever you are. But no, it was like, I understand that. So it's like, if I'm in at a place where it got a long line, I'm in line chilling. I'm like, I feel like we're in a point in time in our lives where it's like, we got entertainment literally everywhere around us, all right? Whether we're looking outside, enjoying the environment, or we are looking at our little cellular device that is in our pocket, and we can go through TikTok, we could go through Instagram, we could go through Twitter, we could play Angry Birds, we can play Boom Beach, we can play whatever games we want to play, we could go on whatever social media platforms that we want to do. But I am not going to be that person in a line talking about, oh my god, well, what's up with this line? I've been waiting here all this time and I'm trying that. Then fam, you shouldn't be there. I'm saying like that's something where I'm like, because me, I feel like in situations like that where it's like if I'm dealing with a long line, I'm like, okay, I understand. I know how this stuff works. It's not like this is the first time I've ever been in a long line. I've been in numerous long lines, whether it's waiting for shoes, waiting for a video game, waiting for a hat. Best believe it. Like, no, there was a point in time where I was kind of had my Cole Brown face thing going on. Shout out to Martin fans out there. But anyways, yeah, I was really into getting hats. And there was this one freaking Mariners. I don't know how did I forget my own baseball team, bro? I'm losing my Seattle-ness. What's going on? That's weird. But so anyways, but no, there was a time I remember I was waiting for this Mariners hat, and yeah, it was a line for it, and it was crazy because I'm like, bruh, I did not think that there would be a line for a hat, but it was a popular hat. So that's something that you have to understand. When something is popular, you best believe you're going to see a line for it, all right? So either you can try to order it online, but if they don't have no online orders, then you're going to have to do things the old-fashioned way. walk and wait until you get into a line. All right. So, but yeah, anyways. I'm like, I keep on forgetting, like, to talk on the one thing that the T-Mobile employee, but they had thanked me for not, like, having no attitude for them and stuff, and then I was all like, nah, that's just weird for me to do that, and I'm like, yeah, I've worked in, customer service jobs before, and I can't have no attitude, towards you guys. It's, you guys are just doing your job. I can't be mad about that. And it was funny because I think she was the manager. Yeah, she was the manager, and she was like, it's funny people say stuff like that and they still get mad. And I'm like, that just doesn't even make any sense. That's just defeating the purpose of even mentioning some stuff like that. Like, why mention that you work in a customer service job and then you turn around, so you know how it is, but yeah, you still turn around and get mad about some stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, and that's why I'm like, nah, that whole like rude customer phase, whatever you guys got going on, like I said, stay at home, see if you can order it online. If not, then maybe it ain't meant for you. If you not one of those line people or a person that can't, have like a social interaction with somebody because out of nowhere you just want to start being rude to them, fam, it is probably best you just stay indoors. All right. So anyways, but yeah, we need to leave that rude customer behavior in 2023, because in 2024, the thing is this. I don't encourage people to put hands on the customer, but I do encourage you guys to roast them, all right? Like, no, if they start saying some crazy things to you, say some crazy things back. I'm like, okay, I'm not putting my hands on, because no, I saw this video earlier, and that might have been the main motivation on why I did this episode. But so anyways, there's this video of this old dude. He's yelling at this cashier, and the cashier, he's being like calm, cool, and collected with him. He ain't yelling. He's not raising his voice. He's not, saying anything crazy to him. This old dude, and it was a young cashier at that too. The old dude slaps this cashier across the face. All right. By the way, it was a man. Like, if it was a woman, I would I think everybody would have jumped and attacked that old man. But anyways, slaps this young guy across the face. It took the manager to get in between them. But I'm like, bruh, you are so lucky that man has patience. You are so lucky that man, because I promise you, if that had been me, all that patience stuff would have went out the window. You slap me, I don't care how old you are. You best believe you gonna get the hardest Falcon punch kick of all time, a combo, bruh. Because no, that's not cool. You should definitely not put your hands on nobody just because it's like, yeah, now like it's that type of stuff where I'm like, no, you do not need to be out in the general public dealing with people, all right? So anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss. Like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.